Welcome to sarahcollin.com, Awaken Your Heart Song, and to this tea talk on licorice tea. So I've made a few notes, having consulted a few different herb books, some of my favourites, to just get together some information on why it might be worthwhile trying some licorice tea, especially in the cooler months if it's winter time, but any time. So licorice root is one of the most effective herbal remedies. It's jam-packed with powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and it's a powerful anti-arthritic herb. It supports the treatment of many conditions. So we're talking about licorice root, which is, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like, this is licorice root, and this is organic licorice root in here, which is what I've made this tea out of, and it's a gorgeous colour. You can see that there. So a teaspoon per cup into a tea infuser, or a couple of teaspoons into a pot if it's for more than one, and just let it brew, and we'll give that a try shortly. So when licorice is brewed as a tea like this from the licorice root, it retains its therapeutic qualities and benefits, and it's quite a satisfying taste. It's a sort of a sweet, it leaves a sweet aftertaste in your mouth, and it can be quite soothing for your throat as well. So from an Ayurvedic perspective, it's one of the best herbs for treating respiratory ailments, which is why I suggested perhaps the cooler months. Change of seasons also is a vulnerable time as we transition change of seasons time for getting sniffles and sore throats and things like that. So it's a good tea to have on hand for any time when that happens. It's also useful as an expectorant, as I mentioned, the throat soothing as well. And it's been reported to ease the symptoms of laryngitis, asthma, bronchitis, colds, mouth ulcers, flus, that sort of thing. As a digestive, it reduces acidity, and it can act as a mild laxative in this tea form. Licorice has the ability to increase the production of anti-inflammatory hydrocortisone, which eases joint aches and skin conditions, which is why it's helpful for arthritis. It also tonifies the adrenals, which hastens recovery from stress or steroid use. So it's a good pick-me-up. It's one of the most useful herbs. It's got so many benefits. So we're talking about licorice root. We're not talking about the confectionery licorice that you buy from the supermarket or the confectioner. We're talking about organic licorice root. Or you can also get this as a powder from your health food shop. You could also get licorice tincture as well for health purposes, for supporting your health. Most health food shops would be able to help you with that. And as a caution, if you're pregnant, or anyone with high blood pressure, or you're taking warfarin, then it's advised not to use the licorice root, or to use it with caution. It can create, it increases sodium retention. So if you've got water retention in your body as a symptom also, then it probably isn't a tea that will help you. And as a disclaimer, I'd just like to say that this isn't in any way to replace any medical advice. If you've got any ailment or condition that you want advice from, please seek your medical health professional. This is just giving you some of the information about herbal teas, and this week, licorice root. So let's pour it and see what it tastes like. So it is a really gorgeous colour. That's why I like these teapots, because you get to enjoy the whole process. And as with anything, it's the intention you bring, isn't it? It's our intention and how we receive what we take into our body that makes a huge difference to what it does for us as well. So if you believe that this will help you with something, then that'll go a long way to supporting that. So grab some licorice root
It's quite sweet. It's sort of got a, when you initially taste it, it's very sweet. I remember when I first started taking licorice root, I didn't know if I'd really like it, but that sweetness soon leaves, and it's quite a clean sort of finish. So licorice root, very worthwhile investigating. Try it out. I sell it in the studio from my little pop-up shop if you happen to be in. It's also all on my website, sarahcollin.com. You can order the tea online and I can mail it out to you. It's all organic licorice. All that's in here is licorice root, and you simply make a tea. You can put this into a container and keep it fresh, and it will last you a long time. These are strong herbal, organic herbal teas, so they're not something you would sip away all day long. You might have 1 cup a day, or depending upon what you're dealing with, but they're not something to overdo. They are a very useful addition to your tea drinking. So I hope that's been helpful. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful. Give it a like, that really helps me. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, do that. Once a month I talk about tea, and next week I'll be back with something else. So meanwhile, stay well, enjoy some licorice tea, and I hope you have a great week. Namaste.